Hey, what's up? It's the Normal Player Guy. In today's video, we have a double whammy. We're going to be testing out AGL Kale versus the Fighting Legend Goku GT Edition, and also LR AGL Kale and Caulifla's Easy A. So these two, they work really well with each other, so I think this could be a really good video, right? Of course, this is just before the celebration, so I'm very much eager to get these videos over and done with before the main hype comes in. Okay, so both of these units are pretty good, right? In particular for the LR EZA, mainly the only thing they've had is just much more better start of turn stats. That's basically all they have going for them, but they still stack. So that would mean that they would actually raise up even more, which is really good, right? They do have the bonus health, but bonus attack and defense, sorry, if you're under 66% health, which I think should be the other way around. But yes, and as for Kale, so in this particular form, she is mediocre, probably. She has damage reduction per super attack performed. And of course, she gains 160% at the start of turn with additional 160% for anyone who belongs to Universe 6, making her extremely potent. Of course, we have a 69% and we have a 55% for one dupe. We have middle range links and, well, perhaps no links. But coming in with just like one dupe, we see a huge difference in defense. So we're going to do this. Yes, it's when we get to the more refined version of Kale. That's where we're going to start seeing some crazy stuff, right? Yeah. So this is where okay, this shouldn't do much at all. No. Oh, I did actually slightly more than I thought. So 6.2 million. Okay, that's not too bad. When she transforms after 4 more super attacks with a Caulifla on the team as well from turn 4, should be pretty easy to do. And then a follow up of 6.7, so 69% hitting fairly hard. Now, in terms of attack stats, we know that the 55% also hitting in that ballpark, but the defense is definitely noticeable, right? That is a huge amount. Okay, so LR, Kale, and Caulifla coming up with, they have the 4 links of Super Saiyan Battlefield Diva Tournament and Power Warriors Universe 6, but they're also getting Fierce Battle Super Saiyan. Yeah, okay, so pretty good. So we'll keep them with these because I think they're going to share a bit more. Yeah, okay, so they'll share with them. So they already start off the turn because they have stuff like Battlefield Diva and Warriors of Universe 6 and Tournament of Power, which is like 5 key across the board right there. They start off with 174k hit, is on 81, but he gets like 160% on super, so he's going to be way clear of 200k. Anyway, we'll do this. We don't need to go full out, but we will try and do our best for these people. Yes, Kefla stacks, and she does need more than 6 orbs for her attack. Oh, okay, so let's have a look. This might do some damage, yeah. But of course, Kefla will just stack. 4.79. Now, mine is 1 dupe into this. My AGL Kale is 0, of course, just coming in at 55%, but these girls are 69. And then a follow-up of 3.2. Okay, so off the bat, you'll find that AGL Kale then is definitely a harder hitting unit, right? Pound for pound. But more importantly, these girls. So what makes them extra spectacular is they gain a guaranteed additional super attack for a pure Saiyan, and another guaranteed per tournament of if that is also a tournament of power enemy. So potentially you could triple super plus your hidden potential system. It's absolutely insane. Now with every attack that they do, they build up key by 1 up to 6 and dodge from 6% up to 66% per attack performed. So they will also build up dodge a wee little bit. So that'll be great. So I'll try and get them on rotation because they work really well together with like 5 links. So I think side by side it could be great. And I'll have one of the others, I think like maybe like the standalone 55% just side by side. Okay, so we'll try and float this one off. Okay, so we will let's do this because she'll have guard. This Kale in particular is rather strong, admittedly one of the stronger ones. So again, 59% coming in. So has been supered, so the defense is lowered. That's why we now are at 112k, which is around what you would have for 69% if you didn't have another Universe 6 on the team, which means we would have been way, way lower. Because I believe you start off with, I mean, I tried going in at 55% with no Universe 6 into an Extreme Super Battle Road, and we had like 80k defense, which was just laughable. Yeah, so I'd imagine going into this with your defense lowered would just be catastrophic. Now, again, we have seen rainbow versions of this unit where they come in with 350k straight off the bat. And remember, outside of damage reduction, that's really all you're going to be getting. Of course, when we transform, that's where things get crazy, because they have 200% attack and defense at the start of turn. Then they gain an additional 100% defense for the first 6 turns, which is absolutely crazy. And of course, they have, oh, well, yeah, of course. And of course, we have guaranteed additionals for pending if you have like a Universe 6 on the team. So it's heavily based around Universe 6, and you can only transform with Caulifla. 6.7, so 6 million, then another 6.7, so pretty consistent. Yeah, overall it's a fun unit, very much a powerhouse. Yeah, and then a follow-up of 7.25, that's the hidden potential system. Right, yeah, okay, because you gain 160% to your stats plus a 70% chance to do an additional super with a Universe 6 on, but you also gain a 50% chance just flat out to do an additional super anyway, so the two could proc. Alright, so coming in off the next one we have... So we have 6 links. Who gives us... Okay, so basically, outside of Super Saiyan, they are now up to 341. That is huge. They basically doubled the amount of defense they were sitting on. But this is what we're going to do. We're going to pop this probably straight away. So remember, she's going to have 200% at the start of turn, plus an additional 100% defense for the first 6 turns. Yeah, and this is all because of a Caulifla that is on the team. So this is good. So she becomes way better, right? And I believe her super attack effect also has more than just attack. So that's going to be really good. So we should be able to see some impressive numbers, right? So that's going to be really, really good. Okay, so let's have a look. So yeah, this is where she reforms into a more refined Kale, right? Yeah, pretty impressive. This unit in particular, now we're looking pretty jazzy. So 55%, we're coming in at 219k. That's actually really good. What is your super attack? Your super, yeah, okay, so you do get 30%. So remember that defense will fall off a little bit after the first 6 turns. So maybe we'll keep the other one as a trump card. We'll see how it fares. So we'll do this. We get full 24 key because we're building that up. We'll go for this. And then Kefla should be able to get that. I can't remember if Kefla needs 6 physical orbs or if she just needs 6 orbs. Coming in with 341k, that's pretty good after the first rotation. That's actually keeping on par with the 8th anniversary units. Only, of course, they have a few things going for them. So what, there was a 3 million and a 3.8. So you're hovering at just under 4 million there, right? Or hovering around 4 million. And what we got? Another one. 4 million, so another 4 million, right? So we're building up. Of course, these girls do also have attack per Universe 6 on the team, right? So again, a huge portion of their attack power is based on the team. Same with like Kale's defense, it's based around who you have. 5.22 at 55%. Okay, we're getting 30% for the turn, and we could have even more coming across. Okay, we do, coming in at 5.5. So again, compared to the other Kale, the Berserker one is basically the same, only the defense is a little bit higher. Yeah, okay, so that's pretty good. We don't have guaranteed dodge on this because this one technically isn't an ape, so we must be careful on this. And we'll just give those orbs to hit, why not, right? Hit will be pretty good on this. Yeah, I mean, so we have a 1.3 million record for defense with no items using the 8th anniversary units. That's the physical one. So I still believe that these girls could actually break the 1.3 million record. Now, that's what we're aiming for. Now, they'll probably break a million, which just goes to show that these Fighting Legend events... I mean, by the way, Vegeta would be even easier Not just because the final phase will be type neutral, but the fact that he also belongs to the Tournament of Power. So you're getting even more super attacks in there, which, that really will just work out well. Honestly, maybe I should have just gone against Vegeta. That would have been fun. But of course, the final one is what we're after. Okay, perfect. Let's actually put this. So we'll put my. So does my Kale get any? Oh, my Kale's on full links. Okay, so we'll do this. So next rotation, we shall be coming at 431. So that's only an extra 100k increase. That's fine. By the way, you can kind of see the massive difference at 69%. Just one dupe. Because even, I mean, okay, I'm not rocking the best of links in the world, but again, like we've transformed, we get in 200% plus an additional 100% for the first 6 turns, and we're still not on par. I mean, Christ, what's going to happen when you transform? You're probably going to be over like 300k. It's going to be absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, so we're still not quite on par with what we need. Nonetheless, this particular girl is going to hit huge, right? So let's see. Let's see how this goes. Yeah. So we probably are going to waste this. I mean, it's not a pure saying. 6.45. Okay, now the power is beginning to creep up. We're building up that attack. Now we're beginning to creep up. So 6.45 is definitely more like it. And a million basically on normals. 3.8. So we just did basically a 10 million attack stat, which is really good. So now we're really rocking in the power there, and we even have dodge chat. Yeah, okay, we got that dodge building up. 5.2. Okay, so we see that no matter what, the power level's basically the same. I suppose it's nice just having that consistency of power, right? Yeah, and there isn't a world of difference between this and the other 69%. There is a fair bit of difference between that and a rainbow. We're only talking a couple of million, but I guess that does actually make all the difference. We will. Do you dodge? Do you cancel? May evade, but you don't disable dodge. So in which case, yeah, you're just gonna go in there. You're just gonna go in slot one. On watch us, we can't dodge, and we're just gonna get crushed. You just watch. That is 6. Okay, perfect. So, yeah, okay. So, this Caulifla, so she will not be able to dodge in the next phase, but hopefully she's had a few super attacks, which will allow her to settle in place. But up until then, she can be quite huge. But yeah, she's nothing special. She's not going to put out much in the way of attack stats, but again, just her dodge straight up is just going to be nice. So yeah, that's good. That's great. And again, much like her, she has guaranteed additionals per Pure Saiyan and the Tournament of Power. So again, quite brutal. And this Kale, pretty much the same deal, except she guards with another one who's called Caulifla. Literally all you need, and she guards and she stacks. I mean, the Universe 6 girls, Universe 6 and just in particular, but especially the girls, they definitely get a lot of love from the dock and developers, don't they? It gets pretty ridiculous. Every time there's one released, they're always pretty broken. Even the free-to-play units are actually pretty decent because some of them can stack and they gain massive bonuses based on who you versus another Kale or Caulifla in respective. So that's great. Yeah, okay. So next turn then, let's have a look. So we are aiming for a million, but I think we're going through this a bit too fast. So coming in now, we have maybe 600k. So 600k, we are safe, but 200k from Kale, that's probably not so safe. So we're going to have a look at how well she can perform. So of course we know that the LR is fine, but let's see what the AGL does. It's probably still well within. Okay, yes, the guard. So the guard comes in. I forgot about that. Yes, the guard comes in. So 6.6, very nice, very, very nice. So of course the guard comes in with another Universe 6 on the team. So yeah, huge. 7 million. Okay, so depending on your links, depending on yeah, and another 7 million round because she's getting 30% per super attack. So this is pretty ridiculous. Okay, so this was a fantastic turn for her because she's able to bust out 3 super attacks. So that was really good. Okay, so in that case, she can hold her own. Now, we're not talking like 600k defense, but we're probably talking 350, 400k defense, right? With guard because of the Universe 6. But again, built around Universe 6. But again, is that so bad? Is that so difficult? Right? And yeah, fine. So bust out the 6 millions, then 4 million. So again, we're rocking 10 million. But I still think Kale pound for pound is better, more offensive. But again, I guess that's what it is. I mean, is Kale really that bad, I suppose? I mean, she is a very fun unit, very solid offensive, reliably offensive unit. Do need to work around Universe 6 though, but is that such a bad thing? Universe 6 gives her guard additional defense, additional stats, right? The ability to transform. It's really not the worst, is it? Okay, right, so I am going to pop this because now we're entering the final phase. So for the first 6 turns, we are going to have an extra 100% defense coming in with flat out 300k. That's pretty good. Can we actually hit that? No, okay, that's fine. So 300k, that's fine. So we'll do this, then we'll pop that, and we'll just pop this. So 300k. Okay, so there is a huge amount. So again, it's nothing that the 55% could do, unless they and then 7.5 million, unless they had way many super attacks. And that 7.5 million was the first attack, and that's something that we could only do at 55% once we'd done 3 super attacks. So that's actually something. Okay, so what are we looking at now? Okay, so we're looking at, we're not going to hit the million. That is a bit of a disappointment. Maybe on Fighting Legend Vegeta, we could hit a million, maybe. So 288k, this might be, we might just about be on the last turn, because 288k seems pretty decent, so that's fine. Okay, so yeah, pound for pound going to be better than the LR, but the LR is going to be better defensively. Okay, so probably going to have the guard on this. So let's see how we fare. Yeah, okay, so she's perfectly taking double digits, right, with 280k. So let's see what attack stat we get on this. Was this a 6 million? Did that say 6.6? That's not bad. Again, if you think, so the other one that's 69% came through the gate with 7.5 million, and we're finally getting someplace now with 6.6 million. So yeah, I mean, we're only going to hit 7 million once we do like 2 or 3 super attacks. But I suppose, I mean, that is a difference, but it's on the threshold of being like crazy out there, like huge difference, but not so much. I mean, defensively, yeah, that's way out there. Just that one dupe is just ridiculous. But offensively, yeah, kind of keeping par, 6.45. Okay, so these skills are building up attack pretty nice. Um, oh, I wouldn't, yeah, I'd say it was overall it was pretty good. These girls are going to be touching 700k. Probably going to be safe from a super attack from this guy. Arguably, if anything, hell, I'd say Kale is better off with that guard because of the Universe 6. Kale is probably better off. Maybe I should be doing a unit on these girls instead. So that'll be interesting. Kefla Core get us killed. Um, because of the power of these people, we are able to crush this event pretty nicely. But this stage, I mean, it's still no joke. You can get caught out quite easily. So just beware. Vegeta is stronger, by the way. Okay, so perfect. We have 479. Good God, we are building. Okay, good links. What are we going to get? Tournament of Power, which is like 3 key. Warriors of Universe 6, which is a couple of key. Battlefield Diva, which is 2 key. Saiyan Lineage is 2 key. Good God, they're prepared for battle in this, which is 2 key. Well, that's like 2, 4, 6. There's actually there's 9 key up for grabs on this. This is bizarre. This is absolutely bizarre. Okay, so 400 plus nearly 500k defense with guard. I don't think this is going to do anything. Or does it have to be on the team? We have the nah. She's good. She's good. She's able to take this down, right? Vegeta might hit a little bit harder, but honestly, not really, because he might have slightly higher stats that particular Vegeta, but he isn't harming her, right? So yeah, I think this was a good double whammy. So Universe 6, like, it's clawing its way out of from the worst top 10. So it might just be out of it. I mean, who knows? It's still a smallish category. It still really depends if you got this LR, whether you got this girl now, because she is like a 200% lead, because she's a Universe 6 plus Tournament of Power, which is, it's pretty much just Universe 6. So everyone's on a 200% lead now, which is really nice for them. But it's a small category, so again, there's a lot of older units which could do with easy A's, but they're still pretty solid. Hit is fantastic, legitimately one of the best. This girl is also legitimately one of the best, but again, it's down to these two. Okay, so we're rocking back. Okay, so we've lost. Okay, so we did take a super attack, and we have lost the 6 turns. So we now have just that 200% for your stats. We've lost the extra. And we did have a super attack in our face, which cuts our defense down by virtually half. And we're sitting at 180k. Now, that would be much, much higher to 300k if we hadn't have eaten that super attack. So actually, if anything, that's really good. And of course, she's going to have the guard to help build her up. We should be able to finish this before Caulifla at the end. Okay, so I'd say overall we're looking pretty good. So just shy of 7 million right there, which is really nice. So yeah, I mean, can we get more? Okay, so all right, fine. We're still able to tank double digits, not a problem. 6.45. So they eventually got there. These were girls were sitting on around 700k, so we never really got to the million, but that's fair enough, fair enough. I think we don't get the dodge, so Caulifla may legitimately get us killed. So let's see how well she's been stacking. Let's have a look. She'll get additionals. Come on, maybe just one more. Let's have a look. Okay, so yeah. Okay, this girl definitely needs more to her. I don't think. I think we'll live. Okay, that's fine. We lived. So I'll pop this at the right time for this one. Okay, so we still have. So what do we got now? 299. Yeah, so we did eat that super attack before. So again, um, we're touching like almost 500k as we saw before. So I think altogether is pretty good. Let's see if Kale can finish this Goku. Yep, can we? Can we? Okay, so 7.5 million. Wow, yeah. I'm gonna just call it and say that defensively there is, yeah, nice. Defensively, there's a world of difference between that and between 1 and 2 dupes. Offensively, there's not a lot. Given the right situation, like this, the 55% Kale can offensively become quite powerful to 69%, just not right off the bat. You definitely can't come, but there is a world of difference between that and 100% sure. All right, so there we go. That's the team rocking. I think it was a good one. AGL Kale, really, really solid. That guard in when you transform is immense. It helps for when you need it, when your defense does lower after those 6 turns. And of course the easy A, I mean, they're brilliant, right? I mean, we were not far off a million coming in at 700k, but and they got up to 6.5 million quite reliably. So again, yeah, so defensively far better. But then again, you could argue not, because of course, like one has damage reduction, then he swaps out for guard, and then the other one has pound for pound more power. So yes. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. This was quite a good video. It just goes to show that Universe 6 still on track. Kale is a good unit. It's a bit of a weird time slot. That's disappointing. We are just a day away from the worldwide download celebration, but hey, if you have the unit, sure, there is some potential use. Really solid unit, but you've just got to base it basically on this exact team. And pretty much the same goes for the LR as well. They can work still in anything without, because they still have the stacking mechanic, right? So that can still work out in their favor. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the worldwide download celebration. Thank you and goodbye.